Tutorial on making 4th of July cupcake wrappers and toppers. Today we're going to be using Cricut Design Space's Print Then Cut feature to make our wrappers and toppers. Obviously, 4th of July is an American holiday, but if you are from a different country, you can use this tutorial as a basic way to learn how to customize your own wrappers and toppers, especially if you want to customize them with your own country's colors. First off, I have selected this image here, this cupcake wrapper image. We're going to want it about 9 inches wide for a standard size cupcake wrapper. If you're making smaller cupcakes or larger cupcakes, you can adjust accordingly, but I have found that about 9 inches wide is the perfect size for regular cupcakes. This image I have through Cricut Access. However, you can either find your own through Access or purchase an SVG, much like the ones available on Creative Fabrica. So, our next part is our graphic. This graphic is from a free bundle on Creative Fabrica. I'll be adding the link in the article so you can find it yourself. Now, this is the one that I chose, but there are others in the bundle that you could use that would work perfectly as well. I just really like the stripes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drag this and position it kind of where we want the pattern to lay. We're going to go ahead and send this to the back just so it's a little bit easier to see. Now we're going to select both the graphic and the cut image, and we're going to hit slice. Now what this is going to do is this is going to leave us with a patterned cut right here, which is going to be a print and cut. So we can go ahead and get rid of the blank image, and we can go ahead and get rid of the remainder of the cutout. So here we have our wrapper. Now, for our cupcake topper, what we're going to do is go into Cricut Access. And again, if you have a different graphic that you want to use, that's perfectly fine. We're going to type 4th of July into the search results. Now, this is not actually by nature a cupcake topper, but I think it's going to be really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and select this 4th of July image and insert the image into our workspace on Design Space. Now, we're going to want to adjust the size of it because that's a little bit big for a cupcake topper. I'm thinking probably about 2 inches wide would give us the right size. Now, currently, this is a cut operation. It would have you cut and then glue together the different layers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the blue background right here. So we have that. And then I'm going to go ahead and make the red and the blue together a print then cut instead of a cut. That way we can go ahead and print this as one solid surface and it'll cut it out. And then when we do, we can adhere it to this surface and use this blue background as the back for our cupcake toppers. This background we will be going ahead and cutting out with regular cardstock. You can use whatever color you want to go with it, obviously, depending on what colors you're doing. For me, I plan on using a plain white cardstock, so we're just going to go ahead and change that color to white, just so it's a little bit easier to remember. Now we're going to make our image. And we're going to go ahead and send this to our printer. So what we can do, oh, no, wait, why are you doing that? I'm sorry, I think I meant to flatten that. There we go. See, I've been using Cricut for many years and I still make lots of mistakes. All right, so we have our print and cut image flattened. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to click Make It. And what we're going to do is we're going to send this image to our printer. Once it is printed, we will go ahead and put it on our mat for Cricut. Go ahead and load it. The Cricut will scan the sensor lines around our images so it knows where to cut. It'll give it an idea of where it should be cutting, how far in to cut, that type of thing. Once these are cut out, and we also cut this basic back for our cupcake topper, then we will go ahead and switch to assembly. Now, obviously, if you're making a dozen cupcakes, you would want to go ahead and make a dozen cupcake wrappers and toppers. But for the sake of the tutorial, we're just doing one today. So we're going to go ahead and send this to our printer, and then we'll be back to go ahead and assemble our project.